Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about Nerlens Noel is on the trade block. So let's talk about it. If you guys don't know, again, this is from Jake Fischer. Take it with a grain of salt. This is the same guy who started the OG Anunoby rumors, but supposedly that Nerlens Noel is the most active player in trade discussions for the New York Knicks. And let's talk about it. If you guys don't know how much money Nerlens Noel is making, he's making this coming season 9.2, which makes him the 135th highest paid player in the NBA. He makes similar money to York Knicks. I'm going to do second contract guys because first contract guys like Jalen Green, James Wiseman make similar money. But Danny Green, Al Burks, Reggie Bullock, Jay Crowder, Derek Favors, which is crazy, York Knicks, Landry Shamet, Dario Saric, Royce O'Neal, Monte Morris, Mason Plumlee, Alex Caruso, Maxi Kleber, all make similar money. Daniel Tice, all make similar money. Grayson Allen, Seth Curry, DeAnthony Milton, all make similar money to Nerlens Noel. And Nerlens Noel, in my opinion, is a high commodity at the center position because he's what you want at the bare minimum for a starting center in the current day NBA. And this last season, he averaged 1.2 steals, 1.2 blocks. The year before, he averaged 2.2 blocks a game. He's a guy who's a career 1.5 blocks a game. Crazy thing about that, he slid to the 6th pick in the draft, was drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans, and then just traded to the 76ers. And then was sabotaged by the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know if you guys know this, but when he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, he re-signed with them. And supposedly he had a fat contract offers. They convinced him to come back for a decent paying 1-year deal. And then they purposely didn't play him so they could re-sign him long-term for cheap, was the alleged thing. So I really do feel bad for Nerlens Noel. And then he had to go to Oklahoma City and rebuild his value, which he showed off that he was basically a 70% from the field scorer who could block and just a really good defender. I mean, Nerlens Noel is a rim running, rim protecting, decent screener, good defender. He can step out onto some small forwards. I don't think he's going to get everybody, but I think he's definitely awesome. Somebody's calling me from Florida. So yeah, when you look at this, who could they trade Nerlens Noel for? It's interesting to think. I don't think they're going to go. I mean, they could look at Nerlens Noel and try to trade him for another big man, which I doubt. I think they're going to look at on the market, maybe at guys like Terrence Ross, Devontae Graham, which if they do anything like that, or a Josh Hart. Guys you have to look at who have been rumored to be on the trade block. Monte Morris and Will Barton are two guys there. So Monte Morris, you could be talking to the Denver Nuggets, who they arguably needed a backup center and a defensive-minded center for a while to pair with Jokic whenever Jokic comes off the floor for a breather. That's always something. Then you could also talk about the Brooklyn Nets, who they have Seth Curry. Would the Nets want to send Seth Curry to have a big man like Nerlens Noel, especially if they have a chance of losing, their man Nick Claxton to free agency? It could be a good contingency plan. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of possibilities that could go on. Anything's possible with the game of free agency. That's why it's a game, guys. It's a game. So that's where I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this whole entire situation? What would you do if you were the New York Knicks? I definitely think I'm a huge Nerlens Noel fan. I would let Mitchell Robinson walk, and I would keep Nerlens Noel. I know the health is a big concern with Noel, especially with the fact that I don't think he's really ever played a full season healthy. So you go, that's the number one argument against him, is he's never played a full season, which in itself is its own right. Everybody knows the best quality is availability, and that's something that one may argue that something he does not possess or hasn't shown he's capable of doing, which, I mean, that sucks. I will say that because I'm a huge Noel fan, and I've always thought he's a guy who, in the right situation, was going to break out. Also, Jalen Brunson is still in the running to come to New York. It's just very dependent on, from what I've been told, or from what I've read, not been told, but is that it's depending on what Jalen Brunson wants to do. Because obviously, Brunson, if he wants all the money in the world, he's going to go stay in Dallas. But if he wants to be the figure guy and have a chance to run his own team, supposedly New York, and New York will bring in his dad, allegedly. This is all allegedly. So that's where I want to hear your thoughts. What would you guys do? What do you think's the right move, and why? I mean, besides that, I have nothing else to say here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. We do have a daily NBA show that we do, and I think if you guys like this stuff, then you're definitely gonna like my daily NBA show, because hey, it's daily basketball every day of the. It's actually gonna be daily next week. Right now, it's been 3 times a week, but hey, I can say daily because it will be daily in a few days. So on Monday, specifically, if you're wondering, I'm just milking the hell out of this because I know 25% of you do watch this to the very end, and I'm like always thinking, I'm like, wow, you guys are so nice. You watch my videos to the end. I'm very thankful that. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube to the end. I watch a lot of YouTube in general. So, you know, to know that I'm background noise for some of you motherfuckers, awesome. Goodbye.